All right, for the second part of segment 1 today, we are going to talk about your home base. Now, up until this point, we've talked about how to make a character, how to shoot people with your character, how to get shot with your character, how to get things that can do the shooting with your character. Well, now you probably need a wall to hide behind and maybe a roof over your head when the rains come. So we're going to talk about, or as we learned in the last video, you might need a workbench.
Yeah.
Well, where can you store all that stuff? Where can you hang up that home sweet home sign? Well, we're going to find out right now. And there is our book. And it's page 134. And I was apparently wrong because I typed in 136. All right. Because it's 132 here. Yeah, never mind. All right, home base. This is going to be long in the read, but I don't think that we're going to have too many discussion points on this, but I might be wrong. Let's find out. Twilight 2000 is a game about traveling through the wastelands of World War III. Guess what? Next week, we will be talking about traveling. It'll be the first thing we talk about next week will be traveling. So hold on to your britches. You're going to have to wait a week. But one day, you might find a place safe enough to stay at. Don't end your sentence with a preposition. Temporarily or for a longer period of time.
Well, yes, technically that's a dash, right? So it's not.
Okay, well, it would still be find it safe enough to stay. That should be how you say it. This section details how you can establish and develop a home base for your group. But be warned, enemies will come a knocking. Oh, yeah, I was going to do a bad joke. Nope, don't do it. And you'll need to fight to defend what is yours because he, the Nog, wants to take all your bullets.
Yeah, man. I want them.
The rules in this section are intentionally light and abstract. Okay, there we go. Great sentence right there because I was kind of nervous about that. Detailed rules for managing a base or settlement will result in excessive bookkeeping and slow the game.
You're worried about that now? Okay. Nope, never mind. Pushing through. Push through.
It wasn't an issue in Mutineer Zero, Forbidden Lands, Alien, Coriolis. What other games did we cover? And now it's a problem in a game where the base is probably the most important aspect. Mind blown. No, I got to be honest, though. Part of me is disappointed because I find the base aspect of the other Year Zero Engine games, of the other Free League games, to be wonderfully done. Why do I say that? Because you make a character. You have rules-light gaming, all in character, and it's stressing, oh, you got Dark Secret, or you've got, some Rot, or you got all these things going on with your character, right? Feral abilities and maybe some magic in Coriolis. You've got all these things going on, stress and Alien. But for the people who would say don't enjoy the role play so much or aren't as strong in the role play, that want something a little more metagamey to do, they always had the base building, the stronghold, the arc. Now it's like, but we'll see. Am I wrong about that?
Well, in here, the base isn't important because, as I said in chat, if you're a U.S. soldier and you are stuck in Europe, you want to get home. Your base isn't your home. It is a place where you can rest on your way to getting home.
Okay. I'm not going to argue that. Maybe. You never got home. I'm just going to put it that way. And if you did, you played wrong.
No, dash my dreams. Jenny's going to move on without me? No.
Yes, Jedi.
But we were going to get married when I got back.
These rules are designed to create a base of operations to be used as a backdrop for role-playing. All right. Finding a base. The first thing you need to do in order to establish a home base is to find a suitable location. There are plenty of ruins out there in the wasteland, some even in decent shape. And your best bet is to find some pre-existing structure or building to settle down in, hopefully mega damage. You might be lucky enough to come across empty locations during your travels, or you might need to throw out the current occupants. Okay, and claim the place as your own. Some examples of locations that might serve as your home base. A bomb shelter.
Fair.
Underneath really? You're going to be a troll?
Yeah, I don't know about that one, man.
A farm, a gated community, junkyard, oil rig, prison, shipwreck, shopping mall, and that's where I'd want to be.
It is. If there were zombies, that'd be the way to go.
Seriously, though, the reason why I like the shopping mall idea, lots of little areas, lots of little encampments. So if somebody does bust in, because somebody's going to, you've got the ambush set up already.
Oh yeah, no, and you can easily section off parts to where they don't only have to break in the front door, they got to break in several doors that you can retreat through and still be safe.
Yep.
So that's a good deal.
Skyscraper, same thing there. Yeah, but
you got floors. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody shoots up that skyscraper and it comes a falling
Well,
down.
yeah, but the way that all this stuff works, to take down a skyscraper, you need a plane, which we don't have any, or you need several missiles, which, as we know, are prohibitively expensive.
Depends on how badly they want you out or they want in. Well, if they want in, they're not going to destroy it, but yeah.
No.
A small island. There you go. Epstein, this thing. Subway station or trailer park. Oh,
Trailer
yeah,
park?
trailer
No,
park.
dude,
Well, no,
stop it.
trailer park. Every week you roll for tornado damage.
Yes.
How long it takes to clean out the location and make it livable is up to the referee. But it typically takes one or more shifts and 2 skill rolls, one for survival and one for stamina. Okay. Oh, but I should actually read these parentheticals because they're going to relate to later what we talk about later. So one for survival, modified by the quartermaster specialty. Remember when we did character creation at the beginning, and you could
I got quartermaster.
There you go. So you're going to be helpful for that first part, and one for stamina, but modified by builder. So you're going to be good at cleaning the place out and counting the widgets, but not so much in putting it back together again.
Right.
But hey, you know what? You're a good supply master, right? Only one person can make each roll, but others can help. That's the standard rule. One roll for each skill can be made per shift. Multiple attempts are allowed. Well, yeah, because you can keep trying to build the place. If you stacking the Legos up and they didn't stack right, you can restack them.
Yeah. Failure is an option.
Map of the base. Once you've established a home base, we recommend that you draw at least a simple map of it using the battle map 10-meter hexagons. This will help you visualize the base and run any combat there. You'd be surprised how small 10 meters is, especially if you're talking like a shopping mall. Most of the stores aren't going to be more than 10 meters, maybe 15 of the normal stores.
Unless you got like a Macy's or a JCPenney or
right.
a Sears or whatever. Yeah. Then it's going to be like multiple floors, but everything else, yeah, it's going to be 10 meters basically.
Once you've established your base, it immediately lets you sleep and rest there as long as you want without the need for survival rolls to make camp, unless somebody's launching artillery outside your window.
Wow.
That wasn't a rule that I just said that, but it's still true. A home base can be useful in many other ways too, but for that you will need facilities. More on those below. Yeah, I got to use the facilities, man. I got to go. Don't want to use the bucket anymore.
Nope.
Your home base might already have some useful facilities when you settle in. It's up to the referee to decide what's reasonable for the site you've settled in. How much plumbing is there?
For example, if you decide to settle in a furniture store or Gardner White or whatever, you're going to have beds and couches and chairs. So sleeping is going to be fine. If you settle at Home Depot, well, then you may get yourself some workbenches, lots of tools, lots of spare parts. You're good to go for those things. But sleeping, I don't know if you try to sleep on nails. I'm not some weirdo turban guru. I can't do that. So,
well, it's time to learn, man. Get those hot coal practice on the hot coals and the bed of nails. Each week, you must spend a shift on repairs and general upkeep of the home base. Hold on. Zoom out of the home base and make a stamina roll modified by the builder specialty. Only one person can make each roll, but others can help. Only one roll can be made per shift, but multiple attempts are allowed. If a full week passes without successful upkeep, the home base no longer offers basic shelter, and the 2 rolls to establish the home base must be remade.
I don't know about that. I mean, I think it depends. That should actually depend on the structure itself. I mean, if your base is a trailer or makeshift tents or whatever, okay, I get it. But if your home base is a Costco, I don't a full week and I didn't do anything and now it's in disrepair. Shut up, dude.
Right, I agree with that. Again, for a nice simple rule, this goes back to the whole thing of like the visibility through hexes and so forth is a nice consistent rule. I don't have a problem with this, but I do think that referees need to take in consideration, the type of environment.
exactly where what they have done, what they used is going to be important. I mean, if they have a bomb shelter, bomb shelters have lasted and will last for 70 years and be completely serviceable. You have to replace some filters and some parts, but it's still protective no matter what. Whereas a trailer park is going to be different.
I mean, my house here, I have to do occasional maintenance on it, but I mean, once, no, not every week. Like once a year, make sure the air conditioner and heating are right every quarter. Replace the filter. I mean, and technically, you don't even have to do that. It's just going to run worse. It's still going to work though. I mean, my appliances don't go out once per week, but again, we're talking a war-torn land. Power. Good luck. You might have your own generator out there. So
especially if you got the Home Depot or Costco.
Yeah, so the idea is just balance it out. Balance the fact that it is post-apocalyptic. There is a survival element, is a necessary survival element, but does it have to be every week?
No. Try and make it make sense.
Yeah. Anybody who thinks that they're going to be working toilets at this point that don't back up.
No. I mean, if you are lucky, the sewage pipes have not ruptured. So if you can supply your own water, you can still flush. But other than that, no. Home Depot has a lot of toilets, but more importantly, has a lot of buckets.
All right. Encounters. The home base can cause trouble for you, most often in the form of unwanted attention from others in that area. The referee can read more about encounters for stationary players on page 36. Wow, they really don't want you sitting in one spot of the referee's manual, which we are not going through here. Additionally, if you leave your home base empty for any length of time, you run the risk of the roaches moving in.
Fair enough.
Facilities. The main way to develop your home base is to add further facilities. A selection of facilities are listed below, and more can be created by yourselves. We are not going to look at every single facility. We're just going to look at a couple. I said that about guns, though, too. And a lot of, with the referee's approval, some facilities may not be possible to build at your particular site. Conversely, the referee also determines if some facilities are already present at the base when you settle in. It's kind of like Doug was saying before about the whole, tent city versus Home Depot. Some things just might not be possible where you are. Adding a facility to your base typically requires some prerequisites, such as tools or materials. Probably scrap, right? Work time measured in days or weeks, assuming 2 shifts of work per day. Wow. And 1 or more skill rolls. Only one person can make each skill roll, but others can help. I don't know why they keep saying that, because that is the way like every skill in the game works. But if a skill roll to build a facility fails, you can try again, spending the same amount of time on it. Should you want to, you can add several facility units of the same type to your base. Several croplands or cow pens might be helpful, right? It doesn't say it here, and I'm not saying you should go out of your way to penalize people. I think that there should be a chance that you also lose your scrap, at least some of it, if you fail. I know there have been times in my life when I went to build something and I didn't quite build it right, and I had to go buy more of the stuff that I used to make it. Room for one. A cow. Okay, let's just look at a couple of these things.
We don't need to go through all that. I think the most important one so far in my mind has been the workbench or advanced workbench or whatever it's called.
Okay, yeah, there aren't a lot here, so I'm gonna look at
workshop.
The infirmary.
There it is. Workshop.
Yeah, we'll do the workshop. We'll do the infirmary, and we'll do the still if I can find it. So the infirmary, yes, I definitely want to see this. So what does an infirmary do? Gives a +1 modifier to medical aid rolls in addition to modifiers from medical gear. Okay, so that's cool. So if you have antibiotics, a medical pack, a doctor version, and the infirmary, that's a +6.
Yeah. I mean, and this right here is a Costco or a Sam's Club, because they do have pharmacies, they do have ophthalmologist places, they do have all that stuff, and all you need is basic tools, alcohol, fuel, technically, to make your infirmary. I would say you need medical supplies too, but hey, they want to make it easy, right?
Well, medical supplies, that's when you do the whole Walking Dead thing. Just go steal it from the store. If there's any
Costco and Sam's Club, right there, it's right there.
Let's see what I say. I said to still, and you wanted the workbench, which does make sense. Oh, still. See, Jury rig, page 131. Okay, nope, skipping that. And then workshop gives you a +1 modifier to all tech rolls for repairs, except on vehicles, because you need a garage for that. Okay.
See, Sam's Club and Costco also have a tire center, which you can have car lifts and everything. So there you go.
Can also be used for construction. Okay, and we'll see that in the next segment or chapter, whatever. Basic tools, 50 general spare parts to make this thing. If it didn't already exist. It takes 2 weeks.
If it didn't already exist, right?
Yeah. And then it takes 2 weeks. And of course, stamina builder and tech blacksmith. Well, I guess, yeah, it's a workshop, right? Okay, you know, I'm not going to. And then, by the way, the things in parentheses are the specialties.
Right. And the thing is, for the workshop, if you're using general spare parts, you're going to have to have talents in, say, welding to actually make the frames of things and you know, build things out. So the tech blacksmith, I understand. I get that.
All right, construction. In a garage and workshop, you can do more than just repair. You can also build vehicles and other mechanical gear, including weapons and ammunition. This goes beyond jury rigging and means you can manufacture most items found in the gear chapter, given time, skill, raw materials. By the way, if you think that the gear chapter is limited, there are expansions to the game out. It's a way to get you started. Or go buy the Jane's books, or they're probably online now. Generally, a difficult -2 tech roll is required to manufacture an item in a garage or a workshop, with a bonus from the blacksmithing specialty as well as gunsmith, mechanic, electrician, or chemist as appropriate. Chemist. If the roll succeeds, you complete the item with a reliability rating 2 points lower than the original, down to a minimum of 1, +1 for each success roll beyond the first. So what does that mean?
It means that if you just get one success in making this thing from the workshop or from the garage, instead of starting at a reliability 5, it starts at a reliability 3.
Right.
For every success you get beyond the first in making it, it adds a reliability, I imagine, only up to 5.
Yes,
but it doesn't say that here.
Well, yeah, it does.
No, to the maximum of the original reliability. So it'd be up to 5 probably.
Yeah. Now, if you're making a pipe gun,
that's going to be maximum of 3. It's going to start at 1.
Right.
You got to be really good at making reliable pipe guns. Okay, I like that one. I like it.
Okay, here's the thing. The pipe gun is a jury rig roll, not a manufacturer roll, though. So the requirement, time, and materials to manufacture an item vary immensely, but some general guidelines follow below. Weapons. The time requirement ranges from about a week for small arms to several weeks for heavy weapons. You also need spare parts with a total weight equal to the weight of the item, evenly divided between general spare parts and weapon spare parts. So if it takes 6, you need 3 and 3.
Sure.
Some weapons might also require electronic spare parts at the referee's discretion. And if you're modernizing your game, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, if you have like some kind of guided missile, you're going to need electronic spare parts, right? So I get it.
If you want to make a heavy machine gun, you want that M60, well, you're going to need 4 general and 4 weapon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's move on. I don't want to spend... I said, let's move on. There you go. If I hit the right button. Ammunition. To manufacture ammunition, you need general spare parts and explosives in equal weight, totaling the same weight as the ammunition you want to produce. Like, as somebody who's actually looked into making ammunition at home and so forth, you could get really pedantic about this. Well, you actually need this, and you have to have a scale, and you have... Stop worrying about that stuff and just allow the simplicity of the game to work for you. Just say that the spare parts are the scales, are the oh my God, I can't think of the part names now. It's been a while. Anyway, that fill the ammo up. Just play along with it. You don't have to be encyclopedic about everything. In a workshop, you can produce 1 encumbrance unit's worth of ammo per shift of work for each success you roll in your tech roll. Be careful, though. If you fail a roll, immediately roll again. If a second roll also fails, you trigger an explosion with a blast power equal to the type of round you're making. Is that even possible? Okay. I know a bunch of people that refill their own ammo, and none of them even think about blowing themselves up. So weird.
Yeah. I mean, you know, unless you're doing it by torchlight, I don't really have a whole problem, you know, with gunpowder and it blowing up. I don't know about you, man. Loading ammo, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, then again, this does, for the sake of argument, this does go beyond bullets as well. And again, at your table,
You know what?
if you want
to be even more fair, you made this workbench out of scrap.
yeah,
It could just suck. You know, like I'm just saying, it's not safe. All right. It's made out of street signs and barbed wire. Okay, I get it.
It's made out of flint and mortar.
There you go.
No, but at your table, do your thing. Don't quibble over it. If your referee says no, you're going to make the roll. Make the roll. Deal with it. You have shoddy product. Okay, that's what it comes down to. Don't cry about it. At the same time, if you kind of look at this and be like, I think just manufacturing a few bullets is safe.
Gun store.
Yeah,
I am building. I am loading ammo in a gun store. No.
Now, do you want to manufacture some vehicles? Well, the time requirement ranges from about a week for a bicycle or a motorcycle to several weeks for larger vehicles.
For a bicycle? Shut up.
I mean, if you have a frame and I don't know.
No, you can make the frame the first day. You can make the chain and the gear system the next day, and I don't know about making tires. Like, I don't know about vulcanizing rubber or anything, but if you have a couple tires, boom, on day 3, you got a bike. I don't know about that. Motorcycle, I think it's more than a week. Shut up. That's a lot more parts.
Well, you also need spare parts with a total weight equal to the weight of the vehicle, evenly divided between general spare parts and vehicle spare parts. Most vehicles also require some electronic spare parts. Sure. Vehicle-mounted weapons are not included when building a vehicle. Those must be built separately in a workshop. Yep. So now you need a garage and a workshop. Some examples of spare part requirements: a bicycle is 2 general, 2 vehicle. A dirt bike is 25 general, 25 vehicle, 1 electronic. You want to make yourself an APC? Good luck. You may as well just go steal one.
Yeah. Or be in the Detroit area and have your choice of automobile factories. That's probably going to help you there. You're going to get a lot of spare parts from those lots.
It's time to go find the oh, is that it? Oh, that's it.
Sweet.
Okay.
So from this whole section, the base section, the bases are mainly for repairing and manufacturing items you're going to use to get home or to kill the warlord or whatever you're gonna do. It is a means to an end, not an end in itself. And where you decide to make your base is going to have a drastic effect on what your base can do in the early game of when you get it. Later on, any base can do anything as long as you have enough parts. But your initial choice of base is going to really dictate what that base can do for you now. Like I was saying earlier, if you want to manufacture things, you want to go to a Home Depot. If you all the spare parts you want, right?
Here's the thing. But I would never make it that easy. You go to the Home Depot, it's already owned by somebody who is now going to take your stuff from you.
Well, yeah, okay, reconnoiter first, obviously. I mean, that's just smart, right? But if you want to manufacture vehicles, whether they be motorcycles or cars, try and take over the appropriate structure. If you want to manufacture medical goods or have a makeshift hospital, guess what? Pharmacies exist. Start there. You're going to have the more spare parts of what you want right away. So your choice of base depends on what you need right now.
Shelter.
Well, if you need shelter, then the trailer park will do you in a pinch, right? But
look, to be fair, the chances of you getting a meaningful shopping center, Home Depot, grocery store, it's just not going to happen.
They're not high.
Yeah.
Someone else is going to have it first.
Or the most of them are probably destroyed and ransacked.
Or it's just going to be picked clean or too many holes in it to be useful. Fair enough. But if you can manage it, it's the holy grail. I mean, it's Shangri-La for you. It's great. And the thing is, Home Depot is so big, it's going to take a long time to pick it clean of all those spare parts because it's got spare parts forever.
Artillery rules were in the combat section. So we covered those a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and
our
if you're in a bike store that hasn't been pillaged yet, you have parts to put up to make several bikes a day. Because they just have all the parts. You just gotta ratchet them together and you're good to go.
I'm always going to follow up with this. Good luck finding a bike store.
Well, no. Good luck finding a bike store with bike parts in it already. Because a bike is the thing that people are going to want. Doesn't take fuel. You know.
Just remember, tactical nukes were used in this area.
Yeah,
whether Poland or
bikes
Sweden.
Are gone. Bikes are gone.
So, well, what bikes? Didn't bikes fall under scarce? Like you had to roll a 5 or 6 on a DC. I think bikes were in the scarce category.
I don't remember.
I forget. Also, pistols weren't though.
Yeah, pistols were common. That's weird. That's weird. A bike is so much easier to make than a pistol.
Pistols were laying around, I guess, when people died. We'd get the military in there, and then I mean, even though Europe acts like it doesn't have a lot of guns, it really does. It just depends on what country in Europe you're in. Imagine America at this time. Pistols.
Oh yeah.
You can't even
in
use
America
them as
right now. There are more guns than people.
Well, Canada actually has per capita. Canada has more firearms than America. Isn't that weird?
Well, no, it's not weird. But most of their guns are the rifle variety because they have a lot of wilderness, untamed wilderness.
All right. Any comments to grab, or did you already grab them? I know you grabbed one, but okay.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
Cool. Well, next week then, Fairview, we will finish up this book with the travel section. And like I said, I don't know if I said in this video or the last one. So we're going to talk about traveling. How long is that chapter? Oh God, that chapter. I hope it's got pictures in it because according to this, it's 12 pages.
Okay. Hope it's got pictures. It probably does. It probably has a couple of maps in it.
Well, the reason I say that is because a 12-page chapter means about 2.5 hours worth of video, and I hope it's not that. Yeah, it probably has maps and so forth in it. And then after that, we're going to open up the urban operations expansion. We're going to look at chapter 2 and talk about city rules. What's a little bit different about city? We're not going through the entire book. For each one of the expansions, I picked one chapter to cover because those are the things that expand the rules a little bit. And so for urban ops, it's about city rules. And the week later, we'll talk about minefields that the Black Madonna gives and water, Navy and water fighting that Hostile Waters gives. So there you go. And after that, we have a new game that we'll be doing in segment 1. But I'm not going to spill that for you now. If you know, that means you're probably a member or follower. If you don't know, well, you'll find out in a couple weeks.